It's just after lunch here at Pocket Gamer Connects 2018 in London. I'm joined by Alex Mukas from Wappier. Now, we were talking just beforehand about the cloud, and this is your area of expertise. What is it that you guys do?
So we're a cloud-based platform that optimizes revenue for mobile application developers through engagement and loyalty programs and dynamic and regional pricing.
Okay, so who are you targeting? Who are the people who you want to reach out to? I mean, you're here today, you're obviously networking with a load of people. Who are you looking to talk to and what are you pitching them?
So pretty much every mobile game developer out there. I mean, we have a platform that allows them to increase their revenue anywhere between 30 and 50% by engaging their consumers, by retaining their consumers longer, maybe 40 to 50% sort of longer lifetime, increasing their lifetime values, increasing the ARPDAU, the average revenue per daily active user. And then the second thing that we do is dynamic pricing, offering the right type of price to the right type of consumer at the right point in time, at the right location, to essentially make them spend more and hopefully have more fun.
I've heard a bunch about this. I can't remember if we've talked about this already, but the idea of altering the price point depending on who you're targeting something at. So not just the location and the time you're placing it at, but in some cases I've talked to people who consider charging a different price for a single in-app purchase, depending on who they're aiming it at and depending on what time, you know, whether they're playing for 2 weeks or for 2 months, that sort of thing can affect the price. Is that the sort of thing you're talking about? Or?
Pretty much yes, but you have to be very careful. I mean, you need to maintain a sense of fairness in the mind of the consumer, and you want to make sure that you don't screw up the in-game economy. In general, the way we do price differentiation is through bundling. So we combine different items together, items that a typical consumer wouldn't buy together in a purchase they wouldn't make together.
Right.
So let's say your propensity to buy the magic shoes, the magic seal, the magic sword is 1.2 out of 3. You'll see a real-time offer, hey, next 8 hours it's 50% off. Huge value in your head, 25% upsell for us and the publisher that's using our technology.
And in some cases that's an offer that only a few people might see or a select group of your users might see.
Pretty much everybody's going to see the offer, but they're going to see different items within the offer, and these are the ones that are going to be the best monetizable. So that's one thing. And the second area has to do primarily with sort of location-based pricing in terms of regions. So you're charging something, let's say in New York City, 99 cents. The equivalent of 99 cents, let's say in Cairo, Egypt, is a lot of money. It's 18 Egyptian pounds. So there might be some sort of, the ability to sort of adjust the prices without essentially messing up with the in-game economy to increase revenue. So you might drop the price a bit, but you're selling many more units, so the overall revenue essentially increases.
Now, this sounds like it could potentially be a lot of work for developers. If you're having to react to all these different locations to localize the price points, even localize content to a single user or a group of users, that does sound like quite a lot of hard work. How do you streamline that process?
So well, essentially they don't have to do anything. The one thing they have to do is integrate our software development kit into their platform. We have cloud-based machine learning. We process more than 1 billion data facts every day. And we automatically update the prices into the stores for each consumer. So when I show you a bundle of 3 items in Russian rubles, our platform goes in real time provisions that into the store. So when you click buy, the item is there. So we try to make it very easy for the typical publisher. I mean, nobody has time. Everybody, they're either sort of launching new features, or they're launching a new version of the game, or they're launching a new game. We're trying to make it quite easy for them. We integrate data-wise with any sort of data platform that they may have. You know, Tune, Adjust, AppsFlyer. We're looking at Kochava now. Want to make it easy for them, for them to give us their data, and then we essentially try to do most of the heavy lifting.
So, is there a concern? I mean, it's an unusual thing to think of, that like an algorithm is determining when prices go up and down, and then you have to, I guess, trust that it's doing the right things at the right times?
So there are a couple of different things, right? Prices seldom go up. It's like sort of being at a hotel, right? There's the door price. Nobody really pays the door price, right? But people get certain levels of discount. We try not to discount single items, again, offer bundles. But most of our technology and most of our sort of revenue comes from our loyalty solutions. So you can imagine a typical sort of loyalty scheme where you're rewarding consumer with points if they take certain actions, and these are the actions that drive them to a higher, let's say, spending status. So let's say new high score, you might get 50 points, tutorial complete, you're going to get 500 points. Why? Because consumers that complete tutorials are 3 times more likely to make a purchase. So in a typical loyalty program, people stick around because they want to stick around. It's a virtual gamification layer that sits on top, horizontally on top of the game. And consumers can redeem their points for discounts on in-app purchases of that specific game.
Okay. What kind of feedback have you seen from this so far? How long have you been running this system?
So well, this is our new world domination plan. We've been around, I mean, we're a young company. We're a couple of years old. We're 30 people, but growing fast. We should be around 60. We should double by the end of this year. Okay. We'll be growing, so last year was a good year for us. Our revenue grew 22% month over month. And it works. I mean, we make money only when our customers make money. So that's
your vested interest.
we certainly have a vested interest in our customer success, but it's we take it one step at a time, right? I mean, we don't try to pitch this as this is something that's going to magically solve all your problems. I mean, different games, different applications have different needs. Work closely together with them, but at the end of the day, we're a technology solution. We give them access to a cloud-based platform, our artificial intelligence tools, and we have more than sort of 22 data science and data engineers sort of working on this. Most of the times, they do the right thing. Most of the time.
Most of the time. What's the big push this year then in 2018? Is it refining the software? Are you pushing out into new markets, different territories? What's the move?
Well, it's all of the above, whatever we can afford with our financing. So we're certainly expanding in new countries. That's number one. Number two, we're going to be pretty much doubling the number of software engineers. And in terms of new technology pushes, we're working a lot with new data streams around sort of all of the new generation of augmented reality games that are coming out.
I've been talking to a few AR guys, yeah. Is that a tricky thing to monetize? I mean, in essence, it's just another form of game, but do you see like different patterns in the way that users interact with it and the way that they're more inclined or less inclined to spend money? Or
there's certainly yes. The quick answer is yes to all of the above. I mean, it's very early, so I don't want to say we have all the answers. Sure, we certainly don't. But yes, we do see new trends in terms of consumer behavior. We also see a lot of more data, and you can sort of process that data in different ways. So we feel there's another sort of layer of monetization that the AR data is going to give us that pretty much isn't there anymore. And it's really exciting because if you look at the typical consumer, they're still not spending, even though the market is going to grow tremendously. So if you look at the mobile sort of app market revenue, it's going to be 140 billion in 2 years. The gross profit is going to be 110 billion. That's larger than the automotive industry. And this is sort of 50 people companies trying to manage 50 million consumers. That has never happened before. So when trying to build automated software, and yes, as you said, do you trust the thing? Well, at the end of the day, you cannot process billions of rows and hundreds of columns in your head. So you have to trust something. So the quick answer is yes, you have to trust the system. And at the end of the day, the consumer needs to be happy because they need to be spending their money, and they only spend their money if they're happy. But as a form of entertainment, there are not a lot of places where for 99 cents you can have fun for an hour.
Sure.
Think about it.
It's a funny world now where the idea of paying $1 for a game is kind of anathema for people. They're like, the free-to-play market has really changed people's perception of the idea of like 99 cents, oh, so expensive. And it's like, on any other platform, on Steam, that would be an incredible bargain, but it's weird the way that people...
Try to go to a movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. So unusual. Oh well, we look forward to seeing where you guys go next, and we're curious to see I'm interested to see the extra layer of AR. I'm terrified of like AR through my bedroom and suddenly I'm going to have branding all over my walls and it's going to be like...
Oh, you don't want that. You certainly don't want that.
No, good. All right then, well we look forward to seeing what you do.
Excellent.
With it. Thank you
so much.